Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. To us, OC stands for community because we believe that our community thrives when we come together. This is a bilingual English and Vietnamese program dedicated to educating, empowering, and inspiring our community. On our show today, we have two very special guests from SOCAL Gas to talk about all the great programs that are offered to help our community. That first, we have Denise Campos, the marketing manager, and also we have Irene Nguyen. Irene Nguyen is the account executive. We're here to talk about the importance of reaching out to SOCAL Gas and utilizing all the bilingual services that are available. Julie kính chào quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV trong chương trình kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội. Chương trình OC Health and Education là chương trình song ngữ. Julie hy vọng nói về thông tin rất là quan trọng cho quý vị. Hôm nay Julie muốn trình bày chương trình của SOCAL Gas. Có rất nhiều chương trình giúp cho quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV. Trong chương trình hôm nay, Julie mời được hai người quý khách. Trước nhất đó là Denise Campos. Denise Campos là marketing manager. Thêm nữa là có Irene Nguyen. Irene Nguyen là account manager. Hôm nay nói về rất nhiều thông tin để giúp cho quý vị khán giả hôm nay. Welcome to the show, Denise.
Julie, thank you so much for having us on today. We're excited to be here and to reach out to your viewers from Little Saigon TV.
Well, thank you so much for coming today. And Irene, thank you so much for representing our Vietnamese community.
Oh, thank you so much for having us today. We're really excited.
You know, I think oftentimes, when we have a company such as SOCAL Gas, who is so in touch with the needs of the community, to have that representation and have representatives that outreaches, I think that's such an important part. So thank you so much for being here. Now, can you tell the viewer about yourself, Denise?
Sure, it's great to be here. I have been working at SOCAL Gas for about 10 years, and I've had a variety of roles. Now I'm a media manager, and before that I worked in community relations. I grew up in LA. My parents are both from Mexico, and I'm the first in my family to go to college.
Wow.
And so it's been a really cool role to be able to do media for different communities and to make sure that we're reaching out to diverse communities as well.
Well, thank you so much for representing the community. And I think, again, when we have someone of a different ethnic background, you understand that the needs is not always the mainstream needs, and the communication style is actually very different. So I think in the media and the marketing side, it's really about how we communicate, and it's not always about the words, but there's so many cultural things that we have to learn about. So I appreciate having you here. And Irene, can you tell us about yourself?
Em làm ở SOCAL Gas khoảng 6 năm rồi. Mẹ em sinh ở Sài Gòn mà ba là sinh ở Đà Lạt. Em sinh ở Los mà em học có UCLA Bachelor's Degree. Sau khi đó em học có USC Master's Degree. Bây giờ em làm là Account Executive Trade Professional Program ở SOCAL Gas. Em làm cái program cho commercial and industrial natural gas vendors. So now I'm going to switch to English.
You're doing a really good job.
Oh, thank you. I'm really trying hard. So I work with commercial and industrial natural gas suppliers, manufacturers, and contractors, and I support them with their energy efficiency projects and other needs they have for their projects with their customers.
Okay, well, thank you. I think that's so important for us to make sure that we have, again, a Vietnamese familiar face to talk about it, because I know, Vietnamese is not always the most comfortable language for us to speak in. Like you and I think we both think in English.
Yeah.
So I think it's important for us to, to send the message out there for the community, but also, to have that familiar face and even familiar voice and the cultural aspect to help the community. So I think when you're an account manager, you're reaching out to different people in different type of company, big and small.
Yeah,
right?
Definitely.
Okay. Thưa quý vị, hôm nay Julie mời được Denise Campos với Irene Nguyen. Denise Campos là một người làm cho media marketing ở SOCAL Gas, làm cũng 10 năm rồi. Thì đó là cái công việc rất là quan trọng. Là Denise cũng nói đó là gia đình của Denise ở Los là from Mexico, thì đó là cũng có hiểu được về cái văn hóa của người minority, đó là rất quan trọng. And Julie cũng muốn giới thiệu quý quý vị, đó là Irene Win. Irene Win là một người account executive giúp rất nhiều cái account khác để cho mấy cái hãng, để cho reach out you mấy cái hãng lớn. I wanted to know a little bit about, what got you into this position and what do you think your impact is in the community?
I think for me it was by accident. I worked for many years and for elected officials working in the community. And it was through that work that I got to meet the folks at SOCAL Gas.
Okay.
And really when you look at a company of nearly 8,000 people, there's so many jobs. I mean, it's not just engineers. There's also people like us in communications and customer programs. So it was kind of accidental, and it's been a great career of nearly 10 years at SOCAL Gas.
Oh, okay. And what about you, Irene? How did you get to SOCAL Gas?
Yeah, so my background is in corporate responsibility. So I've always been fascinated by the power that corporations can have on their community. In my position right now, I help customers get money back on the purchase of energy efficient equipment. So it's really fulfilling to me to work with customers and their contractors to help them get money back and to increase their energy efficiency at their businesses.
So what does that mean with, you said corporate responsibility? What is that?
Yeah, so corporate responsibility can mean a lot of different things. Some branches of it are corporate giving, employee volunteerism, sustainability. So it's different activities that a company does that can support their community and the communities and the employees that live in that they live in.
Oh, okay, okay. And I think that's one thing we're talking about is, when we work for a company, oftentimes it's not something we make a conscious decision of, I'm going to work here. But I think what I'm hearing from both of you is that you're following your path as far as where it takes and where you can serve the community better. So thank you so much for sharing that. Thưa quý vị, hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Denise Campos. Denise Campos cũng chia sẻ với quý vị đó là Denise làm cho SOCAL Gas cũng 10 năm rồi. Mà trước khi làm cho SOCAL Gas, Julie hỏi là Denise làm sao tìm cái công việc đây. Đi nói đó là hồi xưa là Denise làm trong politics, là về chính trị, mà hiện tại thì cũng có rất nhiều cái câu hỏi để giúp cho cộng đồng được đại diện cho cộng đồng của minority, thì Julie thấy là rất là quan trọng. Thêm nữa, Irene nói là Irene là học trong cái corporate responsibility. Julie hỏi cái đó là cái gì? Tại thiệt ra mình không có quen nghe cái chữ đó. Mình thấy cái đó là mỗi cái hãng lớn, cái cơ quan lớn á, cũng có nhiều trách nhiệm cho cộng đồng. Thì Irene nói đó là mình phải hiểu được để cho mình làm được, mình giúp được nhiều người ở ngoài trong cộng đồng. So when you say when you work with the community as far as the corporate responsibility and the community, how do you make that connection for them to save money or to learn about the program of such?
Yeah, so Denise and I actually do a lot of outreach to different communities, whether it be newspapers, shows like this, our website, to make sure that our customers are taking advantage of all the different programs that SOCAL Gas offers.
Yeah, SOCAL Gas serves about 22 million customers from Central to Southern California across 227 cities and 12 counties. And it's a really progressive company. It's not just a gas company. We're not just providing energy to people's homes, but there's really a lot of intentionality behind how are we reaching our communities, how are we giving back, and that's huge.
Yeah, because I know with OC Autism, we're a partner with SOCAL Gas along with many other nonprofits where we have that voice in the community and that reach in the community. So I want to thank SOCAL Gas for partnering with us, but with all the minority organizations out there that represents the community. So I think what you're mentioning is that, when SOCAL Gas is very intentional about reaching out and very intentional about maximizing their impact. I think that's a very important part. Now, as far as some of the programs you're mentioning, Irene, can you tell us how that helps the minority community? What are some of the challenges that a family may face that will require some of these assistance programs?
Yeah, so obviously SOCAL Gas is really well aware of the rising costs of just living in Southern California. And we offer a number of different programs that can help customers with their utility costs. One of those programs is our CARE program, which stands for California Alternate Rates for Energy, which offers a 20% discount on their monthly natural gas bill, as well as a $15 discount on their service establishment charge, which can definitely be really helpful. And it's open to residential customers, which includes apartment people who live in apartments, single-family homes, multifamily, as well as residential living facilities like hospices, homeless shelters, and drug rehabilitation facilities.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that program. After the commercial break, we'll definitely have more opportunities to learn about the program and how families can access those. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV. Sau phần quảng cáo, chúng tôi sẽ tiếp tục nói chuyện về SOCAL Gas, về cái chương trình của CARES Program để cho giảm cái bill của quý vị 20%, vẫn thêm giảm được 15 đồng để cho establishment fee. Một lần nữa, Julie cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV.
Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. We're going to continue our conversation with two very special guests from SOCAL Gas to bring to you all the great programs that are here to help our community. That's one more time Denise Campos and Irene Nguyen. Thank you so much for sharing with us about the reach of SOCAL Gas. You mentioned that you reach about 22 million customers and 227 cities. That's a huge reach. And that's is it all of California or just part of California?
That's for Central and Southern California.
Central and Southern.
And
Okay.
I'm so glad we're sharing about our programs for customers today, because about 1/3 of our customers qualify for these discounts. So we want to make sure that they're taking advantage of them.
Okay, and that's why you partner with all the organizations to do the outreach.
It's so important to partner with trusted community organizations and nonprofits,
Yes.
because they already have a built-in trust in the community.
Yes,
So it's just an added voice that the community trusts.
Okay, well, thank you to SOCAL Gas and thank you both of you for representing our community. Julie, cảm ơn quý vị. Hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Denise Campos and Irene Nguyen. Cái chương trình của SOCAL Gas giúp khoảng 22 triệu người trong 227 thành phố. Julie muốn nhấn mạnh là giúp về Central California tới Nam Cali. Đó là rất nhiều customer. Phần SOCAL Gas là they're very intentional. Đó là cố gắng giúp cho cộng đồng, là partner up với giống như trung tâm của Julie đã là OC Autism Foundation với rất nhiều chương trình phi lợi nhuận để giúp cho cộng đồng. Quan trọng nhất là Denise nói đó là phải có là trusted community partners, cái người nào mình tin tưởng rồi thì SOCAL Gas cái partner với mấy cái mấy cái trung tâm đó. Irene, I think what Denise was mentioning was that SOCAL Gas outreaches to so many community and of different, ethnicity and backgrounds. When someone calls SOCAL Gas, are the information, is there a bilingual representative? Is the website bilingual? Is it everything in English?
Yeah, no, our customer service line is open 24 hours a day.
Oh, okay.
And we have customer service representatives speaking multiple language, including Vietnamese,
Okay.
as well as our website. So each of the programs that we discussed today, or most of the programs that we talked today, if you go to our website, not only is there an English version, but we also have it in Vietnamese, Spanish, and a couple other languages, so that it is accessible to our various customers.
Okay, because I know just before the commercial break, you were just mentioning about the CARES program.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit more about the CARES program and how a family, especially in the minority community, can apply, and what are some of the support they can get to apply those?
Yeah, so the CARE program offers 20% discount on their monthly natural gas bill.
Okay.
And the great thing about it is that it's really easy to apply. You can apply online, which is also in Vietnamese or English, or you can call our customer service line and get qualified. The great thing is that you can get qualified almost instantly. There are a couple different methods in order to enroll. One is enrollment in a current public assistance program. So if your family, someone in your family is enrolled in CalFresh, Medi-Cal, or some other programs, or if your family is income qualified, you can enroll in the program and participate in the program.
Okay, and what's the website and the phone number?
The website is socalgas.com/care, and the phone number is 800-427-2200.
Okay, well, thank you so much for sharing that. Một lần nữa, nếu quý vị muốn muốn apply để cho SoCal Gas, đó cái chương trình là Scares để cho giảm cái bill của mình về natural gas, đó là 20%, thì quý vị nên liên lạc SoCal Gas. Có cái website mình lên mạng, đó là socalgas.com/care. Thêm nữa số điện thoại là 1-800-427-2200. Một lần nữa đó, 1-800-427-2200. You know, the CARES program, as you mentioned, helps a lot of families to reduce their bills. But how does a family know, maybe Denise, you can answer this, how does a family know that they'll qualify? So she mentioned that if they're already enrolled in a program, but are there other qualifications?
Sure. For instance, if like the grandmother in the household receives Social Security or Medi-Cal, and the gas bill is under her name, the family will qualify for that 20% discount.
Okay.
Or like Irene said, it can also be income based. So for example, for a family of 4 people, if they make $53,000 or less, they would automatically qualify.
Oh, okay. So there are multiple ways to qualify. Are there any other disability qualifications? Because, you know, I work in the disability space. So are there special programs, or is that something separate?
Well, I'll be talking later about our medical baseline program, which is also a program that will provide discounts that's not income based.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Nếu quý vị muốn ghi danh cho cái chương trình CARES của SoCal Gas, có là trước nhất là mình làm cái income qualify, chừng nào mình làm 53.000 hay ít hơn thì cũng được ghi danh cho chương trình đây. Thêm nữa, chừng nào cũng có một người trong gia đình của mình có chương trình cũng là kêu bằng public assistance, giống như tiền bệnh hay cái Medicare, thì cũng có được qualify, thì mình phải ghi danh. Cái chương trình đây là Julie cũng muốn hỏi đó là chừng nào cho mấy gia đình mà có khuyết tật có chương trình thêm nữa không? Thì Denise nói là có một cái chương trình sao nói thêm, đó là cái medical assistance program,
medical baseline
program. Yes. Got it. So I think, you know, right now it's very important that, you know, families know that when they can qualify for these programs, they can make a phone call. I think a lot of times, you know, I might not apply for something because I'm like, oh, maybe the application is too long, or I don't have all the information. What kind of information do they need, and how long does this application take?
So what's great about it is that we don't ask for additional documentation beyond the simple application. So as long as the account is in the person who qualifies name, and you have your account number, if you apply online or over the phone, you can be accepted instantly.
Oh, so it's very easy.
Yeah, it's a very easy application.
How many questions do you know? Like, maybe
it's a lot of basic information.
Okay.
But again, what's great is that we don't ask for documentation in order to enroll after the program.
That's such an important point. I don't know that it's in our brochures, but we don't ask for documentation status. So people should not worry about that. And it also doesn't matter if they're the homeowner or if they're a renter, they would qualify.
Oh, okay. I think that's a very important part, because, you know, sometimes we don't feel like we have all the paperwork to show it. But as you mentioned, it'll take maybe 5 minutes. We can either call in or go online.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we want to make sure it's not an intimidating process, that it is really a simple process, and we do want people to enroll in these programs.
And I'll mention that once a customer qualifies for the CARE 20% discount, they reapply every 2 years.
Okay, perfect. Nếu quý vị thấy đó là quý vị muốn ghi danh cho cái chương trình đây, Irene nói rằng rất là dễ. Mình gọi điện thoại có thể trả lời vài cái câu thôi, trong vòng 5 phút thì mình được mình được ghi danh trong cái chương trình đây. Thêm nữa, Denise nói đó là mình không có phải có giấy tờ là mình phải bằng chứng gì hết. Julie biết là nhiều lúc trong cộng đồng của mình thấy giấy tờ khó khăn quá, mình không có hiểu, hay mình không có mấy cái thông tin để cho ghi danh mấy cái chương trình đây, mình không có làm. Mà giống như hôm nay hai người đại diện cho SoCal Gas nói là cái chương trình đây rất là dễ ghi danh, thì cũng một trong ba cái khách của SoCal Gas qualify cho cái chương trình đây. Thì mục đích hôm nay hai họ tới đó là muốn khuyên quý vị, chừng nào quý vị gia đình chưa ghi danh cái chương trình CARES thì phải nên liên lạc SoCal Gas để cho mình được giảm cái bill của mình cho natural gas 20%. Thêm một lần nữa, số điện thoại liên lạc là 1-800-427-2200. Cũng có một người sẵn sàng nói tiếng Việt Nam cho mình ghi danh chương trình đây. So thank you so much for making sure that, you know, our community knows that there's representation, that when they do make a phone call, there are, you know, different representatives that speak their languages. And also if they want to apply online, that's an option. So if Denise, we can let the audience know one more time in English, where to apply online and what phone number to contact.
Sure, the website is www.socalgas.com/care, or you can call 1-800-427-2200.
Okay. No, so now Irene, I want to ask you, have you had any customers that you've helped personally that you want to share their experience or maybe their reaction to the process?
Yeah, so I'll actually switch to the program that I specifically work on, and I work with on business rebates. So businesses that install energy efficient natural gas equipment can apply for these rebates. And actually, I recently helped a customer who submitted an application and wasn't aware of our services providing rebate application support, and so he actually sent in his application, which actually had some missing information, and my colleague had been trying to reach out to him for a while, and I think there was kind of like a communication barrier because he didn't quite understand what she was asking for. So she reached out to me, and I realized that this person was actually a Vietnamese speaker, and so I finished off the application in Vietnamese. And then I realized he almost missed out on additional rebate opportunities because he had only done one instead of two. So I was really happy to provide him assistance, and I think he got like a couple $1,000s back.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. I'm so happy that you were able to help the family. After the commercial break, we'll definitely talk about all the other programs that are available with SOCAL Gas to help the community. Julie, cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của chương trình Little Saigon TV. Hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện về cái chương trình CARES của SOCAL Gas. Sau phần quảng cáo, chúng tôi sẽ nói thêm chương trình của SOCAL Gas để giúp cho cộng đồng Việt Nam của mình. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV.
Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. Just before the commercial break, Irene was mentioning that there's a very important story and a rebate program that is for business and residential customers. If you have upgrades in equipment, there's also opportunities to receive the rebate. As Irene was saying, that there was a family or a business owner who didn't complete their application because there were some kind of difficulties, but she was able to provide the in-language support for them to receive the rebate and also get additional rebate. Thì Julie cũng trước khi phần quảng cáo, Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Irene. Irene muốn nhắc nhở quý vị đó là SOCAL Gas cũng có một cái chương trình kêu là Residential and Business Rebate. Nếu quý vị thay máy móc gì trong cái business của mình thì có thể mình có được cái rebate của SOCAL Gas. Irene muốn chia sẻ với quý vị đó là cũng có một cái người business owner có liên lạc SOCAL Gas mà có thể làm cái application mà ghi danh mà làm chưa xong, có thiếu gì dài cái gì đó. Irene cũng có thời gian nói chuyện với họ tiếng Việt Nam với làm cho cái người đó được cái rebate, mà thêm nữa additional rebate thì cũng được thêm tiền để cho mấy ngàn đồng để cho giúp cho họ làm ăn. I think, you know, Irene, that's so important that what you mentioned, that, you know, when you have someone that speaks your language and, you know, maybe you might have some challenges with the application. Sometimes business application may be a little longer or a little bit more difficult. So having you speaking their language to help them and to even tell them that there's additional opportunities for rebate, I think that's so great. How does it make you feel when you're able to help a business owner like that?
Oh yeah, it makes me feel great because we have these funds available and we want people to take advantage of them. So I love being able to help people with getting money back and saving energy.
Yes, you know, when you save energy and get money back, there's just a win-win for both sides.
Exactly.
Right?
That's so important for our company. On one hand, we want to help our customers save money. Everything's so expensive nowadays. And on the other hand, we also care about the environment. And that's why SOCAL Gas's mission is to be the cleanest, safest, most innovative energy company in America.
So I think that's one thing you're mentioning, that SOCAL Gas is not just a company that provides, you know, natural gases to us to keep, you know, stay warm and have warm water and all of these things, but you also they also have a platform to make the community safer and better and having other opportunities to, you know, to preserve our resources. I think that's very important. Thưa quý vị, hôm nay Denise nói đó là SOCAL Gas không phải là một cái hãng mà giúp cho quý vị được cái natural gas tới nhà, cho mình được cái nước nóng hay gì thôi, hay được mà được cũng có quan trọng là phải làm sao để cho giúp cho mình có cái community rất là an toàn với được giữ nhiều cái natural resources cho cộng đồng của mình. Mình cũng thấy đó là SOCAL Gas là một cái partner trong cộng đồng của mình, làm hợp tác với rất nhiều trung tâm mà non-profit là trung tâm phi lợi nhuận giúp cho cộng đồng. I just said that, you know, in addition to having those importance of helping to reserve those resources, you're also making sure that you continue to maintain those relationships in the community to make sure everybody stays safe and healthy.
Absolutely. Safety is a priority for us. And so earlier we had talked about the 20% discount for our customers. And I wanted to clarify, I said, as long as anyone in the household qualifies for the SSI, the Medi-Cal, Medicaid, or the free lunch program at schools, as long as one person qualifies, then it doesn't matter whose name is on the gas bill, they will get that 20% discount.
Okay, that's a very important thing to remind everybody, that they don't have to basically be the person on the application, but at least they live within that household.
Exactly.
Okay. Denise muốn nhấn mạnh một lần nữa là chừng nào quý vị thấy có một người nào trong gia đình của mình là không phải là cái người đứng tên giấy tờ cho SOCAL Gas mình làm ghi danh cho cái chương trình, mà chừng nào ông bà hay con của mình có free lunch, ông bà có welfare hay FITEM hay cái gì đó chương trình của chính phủ á, thì mình vẫn được cái discount của CARES program, cái 20%. So I think that's one thing we mentioned, that in addition to the CARES Act, you mentioned that there's also a medical baseline program.
Yes, there's also a medical baseline, and that is for customers who have a medical need, and they'll have a doctor sign off. So it doesn't matter what the income level is. If they, for whatever reason, due to a health condition, need additional energy, then they can talk to their doctor to sign off to get gas at a flat rate. And so our application is also online, and they can get a medical provider certification in order to get that low price.
So in addition to the 20%, they're actually going to get a lower price.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
And then I also wanted to talk about, as part of our environment and the work we do for the environment, we also want to help customers save energy and save money in their home. And so we have the Energy Savings Assistance Program for the same families or people that qualify for CARE, which Irene talked about. They also qualify for this no-cost home weatherization.
Wow. So there's like 3 programs that one family can utilize, so you can qualify for multiple programs.
Yeah. And with the Energy Savings Assistance Program, it's a little different because you're going to allow someone inside your home, and not everybody feels comfortable with that.
Okay.
And so we work with contractors that will have a badge and their ID so customers can check, or they can call us to make sure that it's who they say they are, because they're going to go inside your home, do a free energy audit, and then as part of this program, they can install window caulking, attic insulation, low flow shower heads, any number of measures to save energy in the home or apartment.
So that's a free visit and an inspection for the house?
Yeah, and I'll give that phone number if customers are interested in the Energy Savings Program. That's 1-800-331-7593, or again, you can visit SOCALGas.com and check out our customer programs.
Thank you so much, Denise, for mentioning that. I'm so excited to share with the community that SOCAL Gas has so many programs that one household can qualify.
Yes.
So today what I'm learning that there are 3 different programs, and that they can, there's so many ways to qualify for the programs. Cảm ơn quý vị. Hôm nay Julie có thời gian học hiểu được chương trình của SOCAL Gas có 3 cái chương trình rất là quan trọng. Trước nhất là cái CARES program của Irene nói, đó là chừng nào mình được ghi danh cái chương trình đây được giảm cái bill của mình 20%. Thêm nữa, cho nào mình có cho một người trong gia đình của mình có medical need, đó có một cái là medical baseline program để giúp cho quý vị giảm cái bill thêm nữa, thì đó là mình chỉ cần giấy chứng nhận của bác sĩ để cho mình được cái chương trình đó. Thêm nữa có một cái chương trình thứ 3, đó là ESA, đó là Energy Savings Program. So Energy Savings Assistance Program là một cái chương trình phải có một người đại diện cho SOCAL Gas, cái một cái người inspector tới nhà mình để cho coi mình có được làm sao được cho trước nhất là save money, để giảm cái tiền chi phí để cho mình được natural gas, mà thêm nữa làm sao cho mình được cái sự an toàn. Thì khi nào quý vị thấy cũng hơi khó chịu chút thì mình phải hiểu rất là SOCAL gas chỉ tới đó là không có phải là xem nhà mình sống sạch sẽ là sao, mà thiệt ra muốn tới nhà mình để cho coi cửa sổ mình có cần thay đổi, bỏ thêm cái khót giống như để cho nó không có được mất hơi hay mất cái không khí trong nhà. Chừng nào mình thay đổi về cái addict, mình phải làm sao mình chỉnh cái đó. Thêm nữa cái có là equipment weatherization, mình có cần phải change cái water heater ví dụ vân vân. Thì Julie cũng đáng nhớ hết cái chương trình mà Denise nói. So I think Denise, I hope I captured everything, and maybe Irene, you can tell me. But I think it's really exciting. I mean, I hope you can hear in my voice that the community has 3 options so far. To do that, and then the fourth being the small business, because a lot of our Vietnamese community are also small business owners,
right?
And I was just mentioning that sometimes a Vietnamese family might be reluctant. I think any family is reluctant to have a stranger come into the house. But I was saying that they're not here to look at how clean you're living or how you're living. They're really here to look and see are there ways to improve, to maintain, the climate, the healthy climate, a comfortable climate, but also how can you save money and what are some of the upgrades we can do? So I think I mentioned you said that there's the window treatments, possibly attic treatments, and maybe like the water heater upgrades.
Low flow shower head.
Oh, low flow shower head. Okay. Một cái từ Julie quên đó là low flow shower head. Đó là giống như mình tắm á thì mình phải có thể thay đổi cái shower head của mình lúc mà thì I think that for that part, when they're doing these equipment upgrades, are families having to purchase these equipments, or what do they need to do?
This is all at no cost because the goal is to help them save money, and they already qualify.
Okay.
So it's no cost improvements. I mean, they might even qualify for a new clothes dryer.
Wow, there's so many different things. I'm learning so much. I didn't realize that you guys can get some equipment for some of these families. That's amazing. So you mentioned the low flow shower head and even possibly a clothes dryer if it's not efficient.
Like you said, because the goal is that if the house has like cracks, during the winter we want to keep it warm, and during the summer we want to keep it cool. So it's going to be that window caulking or the door, making sure that the cold air or the warm air stays inside.
Perfect.
To reduce energy loss.
Oh, the energy loss. Okay. Well, thank you so much. After the commercial break, we're going to continue our conversation. Julie, cảm ơn quý vị. Sau phần quảng cáo, chúng tôi sẽ tiếp tục nói chuyện về chương trình của SOCAL Gas. Hôm nay Julie học rất nhiều. Đó là chừng nào lúc mà họ làm cái ESA, đó là Energy Savings Assistance Program. Cũng có người tới nhà mình mà họ cũng muốn tới nhà coi mình có cần thay đổi cái gì để cho họ giúp. Chừng nào mình cần thay máy sấy hay thay cái water heater, có thể họ mua cho mình không có tốn kém gì hết, thì đó là rất là quan trọng với nhiều cái quyền lợi cho cộng đồng của mình. Cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV. Sau phần quảng cáo, chúng tôi sẽ tiếp tục nói chuyện với Irene and Denise.
Chương trình này được bảo trợ bởi
Family Joy, tổ ấm y tế của mọi gia đình, 714 898 0765.
Hi, welcome back to the OC Health and Education Show on Little Saigon TV. I'm your host, Julie Yip. Today on our show, we have the opportunity to invite 2 very special guests on our show. That is Denise Campos and Irene Nguyen. They're here to talk about all the great programs that's available to serve our community. And OC Autism is proud to be a partner, and they partner with so many organizations to outreach to the community. So we want to thank you both for being here, and for SOCAL Gas for doing so much for the community, especially during the pandemic and just the ongoing challenges of our economy and everything just costing so much money to do business and just to kind of live at home. So I want to, at that last segment, I love to just kind of recap because we shared so many programs today. So I want to start with you, Irene. If you can remind our guests, what are the 4 programs that are available in the community and from SOCAL Gas to help the community?
Yeah, so the first program that we talked today about is our CARE program, which offers 20% off the natural gas bill. The second one is the Energy Savings Assistance Program, which offers offers no cost weatherization to households.
Okay.
The third one is our medical baseline program, which offers natural gas at the lowest cost for those who need due to medical reasons.
Okay.
And then the fourth program, which is a little bit different because it doesn't have income qualifications or other public assistance qualifications, is our rebates program.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to try to remember that and share with the community. Một lần nữa, hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với hai cái người đại diện cho SOCAL Gas. Irene Nguyen nói đó là 4 cái chương trình rất là quan trọng cho quý vị. Một lần nữa đó là cái CARES program. CARES program là income qualify với cái energy assistance, energy saving assistance program để cho weatherization. Hai cái chương trình đó là theo về chừng nào có ai có cái chương trình của public assistance, giống như mình có welfare food stamp, con của mình có free lunch ở trường. Cái chừng nào mình làm vậy đó thì mình được ghi danh cho cái chương trình đó. Thêm nữa có một cái chương trình đó là cái bằng xin lỗi, đó là medical baseline program với cái business rebate, residential or business rebate. Hai cái đó không phải là income qualify, chừng nào quý vị làm nhiều tiền cũng được ghi danh cho cái chương trình đó, thì đó là rất là quan trọng. Medical baseline một lần nữa đó, chừng nào mình có cái bệnh gì hay cái triệu chứng nào có giấy tờ bác sĩ chứng nhanh thì mình được ghi danh cái chương trình đây, được SOCAL Gas được cái bill rất là thấp. Thêm nữa cái rebate, chừng nào mình thấy đó là cái business của mình còn cái sự giúp đỡ thì có thể mình cũng có SOCAL Gas tới giúp đỡ thêm. Now, you know, she's mentioned that all these programs, and I just kind of my best to mention the eligibility and the qualification. Can you remind us the eligibility one more time, and what's the best way for them to enroll for these programs? And if they're only enrolled in one program, maybe they just learned about 3-4 more other programs today that they can enroll in.
Yeah, it's a lot of information, but I want to remind your viewers that the customer assistance 20% off, the care 20% off, and the free home weatherization. If you qualify for one, you automatically qualify for the other one. So for instance, for a family of 4, it's if they make $53,000 or less a year. If there's more family members, the income level goes up. And every year it's adjusted on July 1st to match the 200% of the federal poverty income level.
Got it.
Or if someone in the household gets free or reduced lunch at school, Medi-Cal, Medicaid, SSI, they also qualify.
And what's the website and phone number one more time for our audience?
SOCALgas.com, or you can call us at 1-800-427-2200.
Well, thank you so much. And then you said there was also a separate phone number for the Energy Assistance Savings Program?
Yes, if you want to make your home more energy efficient for the Energy Savings Assistance Program, it's 1-800-331-7593.
Because I think, you know, I think my in-laws, you know, they're elders, and I think they may have qualified for the I think CARES program for the reduce, but I think they're so reluctant to have someone come into their home. So if maybe when one of their kids are there, we can call and we can bring them in. Is that something an option, or does a family have to be something that lives there?
If anyone in the household qualifies for any of the programs we've talked about, then they qualify, and they'll schedule a time to come in, and our employees or contractors will have a badge so they can make sure that they are who they say they are, so they can feel safe, because I understand it's not easy to have someone come into your house. But that they're going to be making all these upgrades at no cost to help them save energy.
Well, thank you again. I'm going to remind them one more time how to get a hold of you and also apply in for the additional programs. Julie muốn cảm ơn Denise Campos đã chia sẻ với mình rất là nhiều chương trình. Hai cái chương trình đầu là CARES program với Energy Assistance Savings Assistance Program. Denise nói đó, chừng nào mình ghi danh chương trình của CARES program được giảm được 20%, mình cũng được cái chương trình được qualify cho cái chương trình ESA. Cái chương trình đó, chừng nào quý vị thấy là quý vị phải gọi số điện thoại một lần nữa, đó là is it 800 for the ESA number?
800-331-7593.
Okay, một lần nữa số điện thoại cho ESA cho một người tới nhà mình để cho inspect coi mình có được thay đổi cái gì để cho giảm cái bill của mình với được cái equipment upgrade đó. Đó là số điện thoại một lần nữa là 800-337 7593, một lần nữa là 714 337 7593. So I think that's one thing about it is we want to make sure that, you know, those who already say, oh, I've already have a CARES program, I already have a reduced rate, that they can have additional people come to inspect the homes and get additional support and equipment upgrades. So I think that's very important.
Yeah.
You know, because I think, as you mentioned before, that, you know, there are multiple ways they can help you and multiple equipments they can recommend that they will fund for. I think that's a very important part to emphasize for our community, is that, you know, you're not just having someone come to your house. You're actually having someone come to your house, make their recommendation, and then pay for the equipment. That's amazing.
The customer is not going to pay.
The customer is not going to pay, right?
So it'll make them more comfortable in their home, and it'll help them save money.
Yeah, and there's so many benefits. So thank you so much for, you know, encouraging me to encourage our audience to participate in these programs. Irene, is there anything you want to say to our audience as we close the program today?
Yeah, so I just want to add, in addition to the 3 programs that Denise and I talked about, we do have a rebates program, which offers money back on the installation of energy efficient equipment, be it at your house or your business. So things like tankless water heaters, pool heaters, qualifying ovens. And if anyone has questions and wants to learn more on that, they can contact me directly.
Okay. Well, thank you, because I think that's one thing about it. So sometimes when we go shopping and upgrade our equipment, we don't realize that we can actually contact you and try to get additional rebate for those support.
Yeah, I mean, people can save hundreds or even thousands of dollars on these energy efficient equipment upgrades.
Wow, thank you so much. Then that basically goes towards helping us purchase the equipment too. Ok, chừng nào quý vị mua máy móc mới giống như water heater, chừng nào mình mua máy heat mới rồi gì á, thì Irene nói đó là mình có thể ghi danh được cái rebate cho mấy cái chương trình đây. So nếu quý vị cần liên lạc SOCAL Gas, một lần nữa số điện thoại là 714 xin lỗi 800 427 2200. Một lần nữa SOCAL Gas ghi danh cho CARES program là 800 427 2200. Irene muốn nhấn mạnh với quý vị đó là chừng nào quý vị có cái small business mình làm ăn, thì cũng chừng nào mình mua máy móc mới thì mình cũng có thể liên lạc SOCAL Gas để cho mình được cái rebate program. Một lần nữa, không phải là cho small business, mấy người làm ăn, mà cũng được mình mua nhà hay mình có nhà, mình mướn nhà, mình mua máy móc mới thì cũng được cái rebate program. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for being on this show, and I think, you know, this is a great opportunity for me to relearn all the programs that I'm promoting in the community and helping with the outreach, but also for you guys to have the opportunity to remind our community that SOCAL Gas is not about just providing natural gas, but also, as you mentioned, providing safety for the community and the innovation. I don't know, we have time to, I guess, a few minutes to talk about that. Can you share briefly, and then we're going to end the program?
Sure. Thank you so much for having us on and sharing this information with your viewers. SOCAL Gas is committed to community. So across the next 5 years, we've committed to donating $50 million to underserved and diverse communities. And we're also doing a lot of exciting things to make sure that the energy our customers use is cleaner day by day.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I think, you know, again, one more time, thank you both for representing SOCAL Gas, for sharing so many programs, and for SOCAL Gas for, you know, having that value in preserving the safety of our community and also making sure there's more renewable energy. And that's great for the world. Cảm ơn quý vị. Hôm nay Julie có thời gian nói chuyện với Irene Nguyen and Denise Campos và SOCAL Gas. Hôm nay mình hiểu được 4 cái chương trình rất là đặc biệt cho quý vị. Julie muốn cảm ơn quý vị đã theo dõi chương trình kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội mỗi tuần, mỗi tối thứ ba lúc 7 giờ tối. Irene với Denise cũng cảm ơn quý vị để cho họ có thời gian chia sẻ với quý vị rất nhiều chương trình để giúp cho cộng đồng Việt Nam của mình. Denise muốn nhắc nhở quý vị, chương trình của SOCAL Gas không phải là để giúp cho quý vị được natural gas, mà cũng luôn luôn quan tâm cho sức khỏe của cộng đồng của mình, mà cũng làm renewable energy, làm sao mình làm cái thế giới của mình được giữ mạnh cho tương lai, cho con của mình. Thì một lần nữa Julie cảm ơn quý vị khán giả của Little Saigon TV cũng SOCAL Gas để giúp cho quý vị khán giả hôm nay. Julie cảm ơn quý vị khán giả đã theo dõi chương trình kiến thức y khoa gia đình và xã hội. Hy vọng gặp lại tuần tới.